Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, as you can see, I'm trying to get into my utensils here. I did some grocery shopping this morning, and then I stopped and got a butter biscuit from McDonald's, and my grape jelly, and my sweet tea, because I had to go grocery shopping, and then I knew I wanted to film, so I decided to grocery shop first, then pick up my food, and then come home and film, and I'll do a get ready with me mukbang. So I'm trying to prepare my biscuit right now before I start doing my makeup while I'm eating. So yeah, so I know I haven't posted in a long time. I've been a little busy, and I've been taking Nathan, who you remember from my last video, I'll link that down below, taking him to do stuff for the summer before school started, and, you know, hanging out with him and just enjoying my time with him. So I haven't been filming really. So yeah, but apologize for that, and I'm back because my little nugget started the first grade yesterday. I'm kind of like, I'm excited, but it was very hard to like see him kind of walk into the school, you know? But it's just what it is. He's gonna grow up and not want to hang out with me because he's gonna have girlfriends, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, so he started school yesterday, so now I'm back on my filming. Alright, biscuit has been prepared. We have butter and jelly on the bottom half, light butter and light jelly on the top, and we have our biscuit. So now I'm gonna do a get ready with me while I'm eating. I'll kind of talk about what I'm using. I'm not gonna go into a lot of detail today, but I'll talk about what I'm using with stuff. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do is prime my face with the that's not how you say that word. This Makeup Revolution primer. It's blurring and mattifying. This is the word that I can't pronounce right here. Yeah, I don't know how to say that. Anyways, that's what I'm gonna use. So it's a black primer, so you can see. Oh, thought I had some, guess not. Here we go. But when you rub it into your face, it's obviously clear. But yeah. So I'm just gonna put that into my face just to kind of mattify and blur my pores a little bit. Alright. See, can't even tell. Okay, then, sorry, I'm hungry. I'm gonna take a bite before I keep going. It's so good. Then I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I have it in the shade F6. Right now, I'm kind of in between shades, so I'm going to use the F6 by Makeup Revolution, but I'm also going to mix a little bit of the Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir in the shade 710. This foundation does have an SPF in it, but when I mix these two together, it's kind of a good shade for me at the moment, so that's what I'm going to do. I mostly use the Makeup Revolution one, and then I just put a little bit of that CoverGirl one in, because that's more of a darker shade for me. So I'm just going to put some right on the brush, or on the makeup blender, beauty blender. And then I'll take some of the CoverGirl and just kind of dollop a little bit right on top, so it'll mix together when I'm doing it. Alright. Yeah, so if anyone knows me eating first me drinking sweet tea, I'm from the South, so that's kind of what I thrive on. But me eating like a plain butter biscuit with grape jelly, if you know me, plain Jane is my game. But I do eat other stuff. I just, when I have my options, that's just what I do 9 times out of 10. But yeah. Yeah, so Bubby started first grade yesterday, and me and Danny, my husband, just got back from a trip to Washington, D.C., which was super cool. We have never been there before. Neither of us have. He has just never been. I was supposed to go in middle school, but, that was not long after 9/11 happened, and my school stopped taking us to DC after 9/11. I don't know if they've changed that since, but then they stopped doing it. They just felt, it wasn't the best idea after that occurred. But yeah, so we went. It was so nice. We saw everything because we were only there for the weekend. So we had to kind of hit the pavement. We did half of the stuff one day, half of the stuff the next day, and then at night we would just go to a cool restaurant and hang out. And it was a lot of fun. Let's see. Yeah, we got there on a Friday. And then we were in traffic a little bit on Friday, kind of bad. So, because we didn't leave quite as early as we were planning on leaving, because he had to work. So, we got there, and then we checked into the hotel, which was really nice. I liked it a lot. You could see Capitol Hill, or it was on Capitol Hill, and you could see the Capitol from our hotel. So that was really cool. And then we did, we were just tired from the traffic and stuff, so we decided to go out to eat. So we went to this little restaurant I found. I picked out the restaurant that night. It was really, really good, and it had a really cool vibe. So that was fun. And then after that, we wanted to just hang out, so we went to a little cigar bar and chilled for the night. And then just went back and went to sleep. We were so tired, and we had to get up early to kind of get going on all the museums and monuments and everything and memorials. So we got up the next morning, and then we got this pass for this bus, which was really nice because it picked us up at our hotel, so we didn't have to go anywhere. And then it would drop us off it had stops at every monument and memorial and the museum. So it would drop you off, it would tell you what you could see or go to from that stop, and then it was a hop on, hop off. So whenever you're ready, you would just go back, and the most you'd have to wait was 15 minutes before the bus would come back around and pick you up. So it was super nice. So we did that, and then so the first day we got up, the first thing we went to, we got on the bus, we rode for a couple stops just to kind of drive by things and kind of figure out what we were, sorry, I have a hair on my eye, it's driving me crazy. Just to kind of figure out what we were going to do every day, figure out our plan of attack. So we decided we were going to do more of the museum type things and a couple of the bigger things the first day, and then the second day we would do a few more museums and then do all the memorials. So the first day we did, we rode for a little bit, and then our first stop was the Holocaust Museum, which is really cool. So you get in there, and then they give you this I don't know, I wouldn't call it a passport, but I feel like that's what it was called. I'd have to look, I don't know. But they give you this little book, and you open it, and it has a picture of someone and then their story from the Holocaust. So it kind of gives you a more, and that's who you were during the museum. So it kind of gives you a more personal tour of the museum. So that was super cool. It was a little graphic. I definitely wouldn't take, kids in there. just because it is a bit graphic in some of the pictures and videos and stuff. But it was very, very fun to see. And that was probably one of our favorites as far as the museum goes. I know it was definitely his favorite. And then we went, let's see, the Holocaust. We went to the Washington Monument. So that was the first monument we saw, which was really, really cool. And then we got back on the bus, and I didn't know this about the monument, but it's made with like the giant, you know, cinder block bricks. But normally, kind of like with a house, there's cement in between, and that's how they're held together. But with the monument, there's no cement, there's no piping or anything. It's just the bricks stacked on top of each other. So I don't know, I thought that was kind of a cool fact, like they're not held together by anything. So that was kind of cool. And then after that, let's see, I think our bus drove by the Air and Space Museum, which is the most popular museum in DC. Like, it was crazy. Mind you, we started like early, and even when we got there, the line was out around the building. That's how long it was. So it was super crazy, super packed. So we were gonna stop there, but then we decided, because the line was already bad, we would just go there the next day and get there before they opened. That was key. So we skipped that one. It drove us by the International Spy Museum, which was really cool, but it's huge. It's like seven or 8 stories, and it looked like a lot of fun, but that's just something that it's gonna take so much time, and we only had, you know, a couple days. So that's something we'd probably do when we go back, and like take Nathan with us, because he would love that. We'd spend the whole day in there. So yeah, that was really cool. So we didn't stop there. And then I believe, what did we see? I'm like blanking because we saw so much. Let's see, Holocaust Museum, Washington Monument. Oh, okay. Then we went to the American History Museum, which was super, super cool. I really liked it because it talked about a bunch of different things, you know. It talked about, you know, inventing things in the U.S. It talked about winemaking. It talked about food. It talked about military stuff, which, you know, obviously Danny, like, died over. He loved it. So, yeah, that was cool to see. I really liked that one, but out of all the ones we see, I don't think it was, like, my top pick, but it was really cool. Then we walked over to the White House, and there's 2 lawns, so there's, like, the North Lawn and the South Lawn. The North Lawn, I think, is, like, where normally they take you to see, but they're doing there was a lot of construction down there, DC's getting super built up, but they're doing construction on the North Lawn, so you can't even see, really, the White House. So we walked around the back to the South Lawn, and took pictures, you know, with the White House and stuff. And then they had the little, the Christmas tree that they light up every year in the back in the South Lawn. They had that, so we got, you know, a little glimpse of that too. So that was really cool, and we saw, like, the Secret Service and stuff. They're very serious, you know, for obvious reasons, but that was neat to see. Let's see, what else did we do? I feel like we did one other thing, maybe. Or maybe not. I think the White House was it for that day. Yeah, it definitely was, because then we went back to the hotel. Well, no, we didn't. We, because we walked to the White House on that main street right there. There's a bunch of, like, food trucks and stuff, which is really cool. And we don't have, like, where we live, there aren't, like, you know, just random. My cats are trying to knock over my light, sorry. Clyde, what are you doing? Stop it. Stop it right now. We don't have, like, random, you know, streets with just food trucks on them every day, so that was, like, cool for us to see. So we stopped, got some food, went back to the hotel, showered, took, like, a nap, and then we hung out downstairs at the hotel for a little bit, and then we went to dinner. And he picked the dinner that night, and then he had, you know, football season's kind of kicking up. There was a big Michigan football game that he had to see, like, had to see, right? So we did that after dinner. We found this Michigan bar. So it's like, you know, they're all about the football. They always have Michigan on. There's a bunch of Michigan fans in there. So it was really cool to see. So we did that. We hung out there for the game for most of it. Watched it and chilled. And they had couches and stuff, so we were just like hanging out. And then we went back to the hotel and went to sleep. And then the next day we knew we had to get up a little earlier just to kind of get our head start, and we wanted to see the Air and Space Museum because that's like the biggest, you know, thing to do out there. It's the most popular one to see. It talks about space and the space shuttles and NASA and all that stuff and being on the moon. So we wanted to see that, but we decided because your bus tours don't start till like 9:05 every day, or 9, something like that. And by then there's already a line at the Space Museum. So we just took like an Uber over there. Got there, well, we got up really early, went to breakfast at this cool little diner. It was so good that this security guard at the hotel told us about. And then we just Ubered over there, and we got there like an hour before they opened. So we just sat outside on the steps and took pictures and just kind of chilled and hung out, waited for it to open. And literally, like, when we got there were already people there waiting. So we got there, and then once there was like a bunch of people, the line started to form like 20 minutes before it actually opened. So we were the first people in line, which was really nice. Got in there, and like as soon as you walk in, they have like shuttles and modules that landed on the moon and like all this cool stuff, and like missiles, and it was super cool to see. So we did that. We walked around. We saw I would have to look. Oh, they had this stuff about the Columbia shuttle that, you know, the astronauts passed away on. They had stuff about that. They had all their memorial stuff about it, which was cool. So we did that. That took us 2 hours to go through, and we literally only saw half of it because the whole top floor basically was under construction. So all those exhibits were closed, and it still took us 2 hours. So that was like one thing. I really liked that one. I was just kind of bummed that the whole top floor was basically closed. So we missed almost half of it, you know. But that's okay. Gives us a reason to go back. But yeah, so we did that, and then that bus stop is right in front of the museum. Oh, you see Clyde? Clyde! Clyde! This is my baby. Clyde! Oh, he's mad at me because I yelled at him a little bit. Then we took our bus to Arlington Cemetery, which it was very like meaningful for me and him. So we went there, and it was very like surreal when you get there and you just see, like, as far as you can see once you get into Arlington Cemetery, just like the white headstones, like as far as you can see. And the property is so big. So big. So they told us that we could either our bus would drop us off, there was another bus we could get on to go around, or we could walk, and the walking's quicker because there's so many stops there. Because we only wanted to see like a couple things. So we walked to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. We saw that. We saw the changing of the guard at the tomb, which was super like it just gives you the chills to see something like that. We read all about it. And then we walked down to JFK's family cemetery and saw that, and that was super cool. That's like what I really wanted to see. And then we took our bus. We saw the Lincoln Memorial. We saw the reflection pool. We saw the Vietnam Memorial. We saw the World War II Memorial. Like, we were just boom, 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 boom. By then, it was like 4 o'clock. We were exhausted because we had been walking all day. So we went back to the hotel, had dinner, you know, the usual. Then Monday we got up, we did breakfast, and then I think we just went to a store to buy, you know, some gifts for his mom and for Nathan, and then we came home. But it was super fun. I really like it. And I would definitely, like, I don't know, I feel like I want to go back. And I feel like it would have been easier if we had stayed longer, but I almost was like, I kind of liked the weekend trip there, you know? Because it's not far for us. It's like a 3.5 hour drive. That's without traffic. And, you know, I don't know. I just feel like if I did a week there, I might get a little burned out. I think if we took Nathan, maybe doing a week would be better just because, you know, some of the stuff he wants to see and what we would want to take him to see, it's just going to take so much time. It would just be easier if we got to spend, you know, one day at, like, the museums we would want to take him to, and then maybe, like, a day doing the big monuments, and then a day doing the memorials. It would just be easier. So I know I haven't really been talking much about my products because I've been gabbing about my trip, but this is a Laura Lee Los Angeles palette. This is the Party Animal collection. As you can see, it's got a lot of bright colors. Just kind of feeling it today. So that's what we're gonna do, you know? So I'm going with Issa Party on the lid, which is this neon shade right here. It's neon yellow. Damage Control I did in the crease, which is a bright blue, and then Karaoke I'm kind of hitting my corners which is a little bit of a darker blue. I'm not doing anything too crazy, but I just wanted something with some color today. Just feeling very colorful today. So that's what we're doing, you know? But yeah. So that was our trip. It was super fun. I'm full. I didn't finish my biscuit, but I'm full. So that's why I'm not eating anymore. But yeah, it was really fun. So we had a lot of fun. We definitely want to go back. Looking for my mascara. Things get kind of lost in here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so probably definitely something we'll do again. It was very fun though for us. So we were super excited to just kind of get away for a couple days and hang out over, you know, a weekend and not have a lot of responsibilities and things to do. Just enjoying ourselves. But yeah, if you have not been to Washington, that's something I would definitely do. It's so much fun, like so much fun, so much to do. Oh, I loved it. And all the museums, the Smithsonian museums, Arlington Cemetery, are all free, which is awesome. The Spy Museum, we learned, is not free. It's one of the new ones, but it's privately owned. It's not a part of the Smithsonian, so it is not free. So you don't be, you know, surprised by that. And some of the stuff you have to wait in line and get tickets for, but it's still free. You just need the ticket to get in the door. Yeah. I put chapstick on, so I don't think I'm going to put anything on my lips right now. They're a little dry. I think just from the craziness of the trip and everything, my skin's a little broken out and my lips are a little dry, so, because we were in the sun all day. So I'm just going to leave that alone, but yeah. So this is my look. I'm going to, I'll link the video I did with Nathan down below I talked about earlier, and I'll link all the products I have that I used on my face today down below. But yeah, thank you for watching. My name's Ashley Reese. If you haven't, subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you have any content that you'd like me to do. Like I told you, I'm definitely going to be dropping more videos here now that Nathan's back in school, and I'll have more time. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, comment down below. Bye.